Welcome back to Healthy with Nicole. In today's video, I wanted to share with you some information about the plants that I do consume on a carnivore diet. Like I mentioned, carnivore is different for different people. For me, I still include plants in the form of medicine. So while I don't eat plants in a form of a salad or cooked vegetable or anything like that, I do utilize some of their medicinal properties if I need them. So this looks like different things to different people, but basically herbal medicine is when you use very small amounts of certain plants to get an action in the body. Now, some may call this a hermetic effect or certain nutrients that come from plants. But what my experience is there are some benefits to these plants that do help in certain situations. We just don't need to eat a lot of them in a very small dose. So some of that might look like a capsule, right? So this is one of the herbs that I take a lot. It's called ashwagandha, and it's great for energy and balancing hormones and to help you feel less stressed. So it's actually called an adaptogen. So there's a lot of different herbs that fall into this category, but we're taking this in a capsule, right? So this is very different than a plate full of vegetables that have a lot of fiber or anti-nutrients that can damage the gut. So very small amounts of these plants that I use that I find are very helpful. You might also find them in a liquid extract form or alcohol-based tincture. And so again, you're not taking in any fiber, really any anti-nutrients, but I have found these to be helpful for me. Sometimes I use them to improve my sleep. Just depends on what I want to do with it. So I don't use them nearly like I used to. I used to find, a million different remedies that I was trying to fix things in my body. So I really don't have that anymore. And this is more to use to help me sleep better. My sleep has gotten so much better being from carnivore and fasting and the stress management techniques that I use. But I like to still sometimes get a little extra help because, sometimes I just don't sleep very well. So other things that I use are essential oils. These are, of course, plant medicine. This is the volatile oil that comes from plants, flowers, leaves, and stems. And mostly these are used by scent, right? Your nose picks up the scent and it stimulates the olfactory sense behind your nose, which also then stimulates your brain. And so your limbic system is affected by your scent, right? And other things. But in this way, I find the essential oils to be excellent for mood and relaxation and stress. And so these are plants, but I do use them to help with these things. Sometimes I'll put them in my water, a couple drops, and I do ingest these essential oils in very small doses and not all the time. So that has been really helpful for me, and I continue to use them topically and aromatically. There are some more videos on my channel on essential oils, and you can search for those. But you find that plant medicine in general is something that I have done for many, many years, and it's always been helpful and useful to me. You'll also find some oils, right? So not essential oils or volatile oils, but actually solid oils. So this one is evening primrose oil, and this is actually an omega-6 fatty acid. So what it does is helps to balance your hormones, specifically helps your body to produce more progesterone. So I have found this to be helpful for women in the last half of their cycle to keep their progesterone levels higher, to alleviate some of the symptoms that come along with that. So it comes from a plant, but I'm taking very small doses of it and for medicinal properties. And lastly, I'll just mention that herbal teas are obviously from a plant, but again, very small doses and using nothing but the water extract, so no fiber or other anti-nutrients are really happening here. There are some teas like green tea that does have oxalates in it. So it's going to be dependent on you and how your body does with it. I personally do fine with that. I don't consume a ton of it, but now and then teas are great to help you sleep, for digestion. So when you want something hot, sometimes it just feels good and tastes good. So this is how I practice carnivore. I still focus on meat. but I do include some plants for medicinal effects. So if you like that video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one.